Working on making a box joint jig. Sometimes my wife wonders why I don't throw anything away. These are recycled bolts that I'm going to use here with these knobs on the back. That will allow this to adjust a little bit. I'll put a end on here with a set screw in there to fine tune it. I'll have a key in there once I get that far. I'm not quite there yet, but I've made the base that slides in the rails, and these plans are from Woodsmith, and I'll link, or well, not the plans. I didn't download the plans. I'm just eyeballing it to be fair, and I'll connect a link to where I got these from. There's no rail going here. I'm just using the sides of the plywood that's sitting in there, and I got it. There is not very much play in there at all. I have gone back and dadoed out a slot for these infill pieces, and these infill pieces are made so that they're replaceable. You can see that there's a 14-degree angle on there like a dovetail. That way this one will slide in, and it doesn't lift out, but it will stay in, and they're interchangeable once they get torn up a little bit. This one is already got a bottom piece on and that dovetail in there. So this one's just about ready to mount holes. I need to put a bottom on this one and on the other one. So I'm making 3 of them, so I've got 3 different size blanks for box joints to start off with, and I don't have to change them out each time. Cut a dado and in a piece of wood, and then I cut a key that would fit into that dado. I used that key to set, after I cut into this box joint jig, to set this other piece in place and glue it down. From there, then I can go ahead and start running each piece through, stepping them over, and then when I get to the end, I've got them marked inside, and this is the top. So I started with the top, so I turn this so the top is here, and then I pull the next corresponding piece and turn it the other way, and I will start dadoing here. And they fit pretty good. It took me about 4 rounds. They're a little bit loose. I've dialed them in to where that they will allow for glue. So might need to adjust a little bit more, but we're going to try this for right now. Back. Continue on. So they're all cut. Put them together, try to stay out of the way. They are a little loose, but I'm afraid if I try to force them, I will be tearing some tabs off. But this leaves a little room for glue. It's a little rough. I need to take it a little easier cutting, slower, not so much tear out. And I need to be careful, mindful of which way I run these as well. So in adjusting this box joint jig, to get a tighter fit, you've got to move this key away from the blade so that your fingers get wider, thicker, and it gives you a tighter fit. If they're too loose, or if they are too tight, bring this key in towards the blade, then those fingers are smaller, and it will loosen up your fit if you need so. It doesn't take much to get it dialed, and if you do need to make some adjustments, this hole here has a Phillips head screw behind it that is wider than that hole, but you can stick a small Phillips screwdriver in here once you loosen the knobs, and you can turn it, and it only takes about maybe a quarter of a turn to adjust to get the box joint to fit well. Fairly simple homemade jig, but I'm looking forward to being able to use it on other projects. The nice thing is, once the jig is made, you can use it over and over again.